Nearly 30 years ago, the college football universe was in a combustible state, causing the stars above to collide and realign. The SEC championship game was created. And in the beginning, like heaven and earth itself, it was Alabama versus Florida.
Intercepted by Langham. Touchdown, Alabama. Alabama wins the inaugural Southeastern Conference Championship.
At first, the old guard tide prevailed, but it was the Gators who would redefine the physics of the gridiron. During the next decade, the gravitational pull of the game kept bringing these two rivals back together, producing two titanic title collisions.
We welcome you to the SEC Championship, the Crimson Tide and the Florida Gators. Touchdown, Florida.
This guy's unbelievable.
The Gators have beaten the Alabama Crimson Tide to win the SEC Championship.
Left side. Touchdown, Alabama.
Alabama, the dreaming is over.
On Judgment Day, I won't fade away. I'll be pushing on.
That Alabama victory sparked a seismic shift. The Saban dynasty was launched.
I want to win every game we play. And what I would like for every football team to do that we play is to sit there and say, I hate playing against these guys.
And over the years, its trajectory morphed from stifling defense to revolutionary offense.
Jones to the end zone. Oh, what a catch! Devontae Smith!
With the Gators' star flickering, Dan Mullen returned to Gainesville and ignited a stellar rebirth.
You gotta love the opportunity to go play the game tonight. Take advantage of this opportunity that we've been given.
Here come the Gators. Touchdown to Kyle Pitts. Let's go! Oh, my. Touchdown, Gators!
In the most turbulent of years, what could be more comforting and exhilarating than yet another meeting between Alabama and Florida for the championship of the SEC.
And with that, we bring you to Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta and the SEC Championship on CBS, presented by Dr. Pepper. The stars aligned just in time, didn't they? 7th-ranked Florida, the winners of the East. Number 1 Alabama, the winners of the West. As you take a look at the college football standings, we congratulate the other champions. Oklahoma, the Big 12, Ohio State in the Big 10, and Clemson in the ACC. And that sets us up for the nightcap in prime time in the SEC here in Atlanta. Welcome, everybody. I'm Brad Nessler with Gary Danielson and Jamie Erdahl. In a normal year, this game would have been played 2 weeks ago. We all know that 2020, anything but normal. But through a lot of hard work, we all made it. We got here. And the one thing that is kind of normal, partner, is that these two teams have been in this game more than anybody else, each making their 13th appearance. And now it's for the SEC Championship and more.
It is. You know, it's year 151 of college football, and we made it to the finish line. But this is a sport of opinion. And yesterday and all day today, you saw these great teams trying to leave one lasting impression. We got one more game to go. Number 1, and Florida's in here saying, can we make an impression and knock off the big guys? I love watching these athletes play consequential football, and we got a good one.
Well, in a pinnacle game like this, you've always got subplots, too, and we got a really good one tonight because the two quarterbacks are obviously in the Heisman Trophy chase, and who knows, maybe whoever has the better night will win that coveted award. The voting ends on Monday. And there's Kyle Trask getting ready to take the field. Mac Jones will shortly. You know, a couple of months ago, Nick Saban said it used to be that good defense beat good offenses. He said good defenses don't beat good offenses anymore, and we got two of the best offenses in the country.
Well, you better have a good offense in modern football, and to have a good offense, you better have a trigger man, and these two teams have two of the best in college football. I love these two guys. They came up the hard way. They learned the offense, they earned the respect of their teammates, and they let it go, and they've got some weapons around them to let it go. When Trask throws the ball or Mac Jones throws the ball in this game, they start out with two guys in college football that really no one can cover, Devontae Smith and Kyle Pitts. I don't even know if NFL teams could cover these guys. I know college team guys can't. But that's not the only ones. They got a second guy, Najee Harris for Alabama, running back, receiver, and Kadarius Toney. He is a highlight film every time he touches the ball. And by the way, they got more guys than just those two each. They got a lot of weapons on these offenses.
So with things being almost equal, maybe the defense will be the difference.
Yeah, it could be. I tell you, I think the team that holds on to the ball will win the game.
All right, well, one team averages almost 50 points a game. The other one, 41 points a game. So we expect fireworks indoors in Atlanta. Alabama already on the field. Dan Mullen ready to lead Florida out. The SEC Championship on CBS, presented by Dr. Pepper, sponsored by Aflac, GMC, Sonic, and by Dr. Pepper. Kickoff coming up. Set to crown a champion in Atlanta between #1 Alabama and #7 Florida. But first we check in with the third member of our team, Jamie Erdahl. Jamie?
Brad, tonight marks the 69th football game played in this 2020 SEC season. It's a remarkable number considering 71 were meant to be played. COVID-19 protocols postponed a handful, but scheduling flexibility prevailed. However, this season was not without its stresses. I spoke with several players from both teams. I asked them one simple question. What was the hardest part? They all took me back to the beginning. An isolated, extended training camp, starting a season with all the outside noise. It was tough, it was distracting. But what is more rewarding after a 10-game unprecedented SEC schedule than Alabama and Florida playing once again for this trophy after this historic irregular season?
As Nick Saban said, it's a pretty nice trophy. You get a ring, and the memories last forever. The 41st meeting all time between the Gators and the Tide, and it's for the title. And here's the championship history. As I mentioned, each team has been in it 13 times. Alabama leads the series 5-4 in the matchups, and you see the national titles. Dan Mullen in his third year has done a great job getting Florida to the top of the East. Nick Saban in his 14th year for Alabama, the perennial West champs it seems, except last year. Florida won the toss and deferred. Alabama will start offensively. And our starting lineups presented by Dr. Pepper will bring out Mac Jones with the starting lineup. And a sensational year. #2 in the country in completion percentage, 27 touchdowns, only 3 interceptions. He's been nothing short of magnificent. And the rest of the offense that trots out with Mac looks like this. You talk about guys that sometimes get forgotten a little bit. The offensive line, the time that they give him. Alex Leatherwood, that left tackle, one of the captains for tonight's game.
There's a lot of good football players on the field like we talked about. One job I would not want to have tonight, lining up against Leatherwood.
Good point. So first down, Alabama. Najee Harris trots in to join Mac Jones in the backfield. And he'll get the carry. And only got about a yard. Mahmoud Diabate in on the stop for the Florida defense. That looks like this. Defensive front. Ventrell Miller, their leading tackler, coming in at 16 tackles last week. And there's the back end with the secondary for Todd Grantham.
Alabama has an extra offensive lineman in the game.
Play action. Jones zips it down the middle and got it to Devontae Smith. across midfield. So immediately number 6 makes his presence felt.
Yeah, only a 2-man route. They max protected, made sure Jones is there. He's going to come across on the dig route. It's almost impossible to throw it over his head because he goes up and gets everything.
19-yard gain, and immediately Alabama in Florida territory. Back to Najee Harris, weaving his way. Good run by Najee Harris down to the 42-yard line. Diabate had to make the stop again.
You wonder, I think the big question going into this game is, can this Florida defense handle this balanced attack from Alabama? LSU last week ran 86 plays against this defense. They've got to find a way to take away something from Alabama.
Najee Harris got 7, 2nd down and 3. He'll try to pick up the 1st down, and he does, and he got to the next level down to the 29-yard line. Came right out of his shoe in a 1st down, Alabama.
Watching the game last week on that slippery Arkansas field, Najee was somewhat ineffective, but on this turf, he is good on fast turf. He darts, and he's tough to bring down. He's not just a scamper guy, he's a run-you-over guy, too.
Comes in with almost 1,100 yards rushing. He's over that now. And, of course, 22 touchdowns on the ground, leads the nation. From the 29, 1st down, Bama. Jones wanted a throwback screen. He's going to have to just knock it in the dirt. Florida had it pretty well read. Brenton Cox was applying the pressure.
Yeah, I think it was a bit of a busted play by Alabama. I think they made a mistake. Nobody to throw it to.
Well, there's good, bad, and ugly for Florida.
Yes.
31 sacks, which is good. Allowing that many yards, not so much. And they've given up 28 points plus 5 times. That's their ugly.
I think the Florida coaches are wondering, was it intentional grounding? Was there someone there?
There were a lot more blue jerseys than there were white jerseys. I know that.
I think it was to Najee Harris, but he couldn't find him to throw him the ball.
Yep, Najee couldn't make his number 22 known. This time they fake it to him to go down the middle. That ball was tipped, I think. It was intended for Slade Bolden, but I think somebody's got a hand on it. Might have been a Diabate, who's been involved in a lot of plays already.
It was Diabate, number 11, that got his hand on that ball. See the lane. He reaches out with his right hand and just gets it before Bolden can. Good play.
Alabama going with a little tempo here, trying to hurry it up on a 3rd down and 10. They're a 59% 3rd down conversion team, which is number 1 in the country, and they might have gotten a free 5 on this one. Marlon Dunlap, I think, jumped into the neutral zone. Matt Leffler's our referee, and he'll let us know.
Offside with contact, number 91 on the defense. That's a 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
Landon Dickerson actually participates in this with his head. He moves it around, and when he does that, just that little tweak right there, just enough. The quarterback's doing it. Mac Jones does a great job of it. They don't actually go silent count. They fake the clap, and they got him.
Makes the 3rd down a little easier. 3rd and 5 for Jones. Pressure coming. Got rid of it. Complete to Devontae Smith. Broke 1 tackle. Did he get there? I think he did by stretching out.
I don't know if he got a great spot on that one. Good pickup by Najee Harris to clean up the pocket. Number 22 right there. And as Alabama goes fast, they're going to get the 1st down in the sneak.
Quarterback sneak. They didn't even wait to see if they wanted to measure. And Dickerson led the way, and Mac Jones right behind him.
See, that replay stopped it, so even though they got the 1st down, if it's called short now, they might have to do it again. Play was stopped.
I don't think we've had 5 measurements all year. They might have to bring the sticks out here, or first they'll look at replay and a review.
Well, Gene taught us why they don't have to measure as much anymore, because they mark it on the line all the time, right? But halfway through the year, he says, you know, they always try to get it to the nearest line so they don't have to do it anymore. Did he step out before he reached the ball?
I don't think so.
No, he didn't.
He never landed. I think you're right. I don't think the spot was very good.
No.
Again, he's still in midair right there, and he has crossed the line with the ball.
So they should get it with the replay. They did get it with the play that didn't count. Let's see what happens.
David Allman's our replay official.
And remember, without the penalty, they would not have got that first down right there.
Gene Steratore, our rules official. Gene, what do you think?
You know, as I was looking at it, I was seeing if someone was out of bounds, and when I look at the headlines, when he's
After
winding
review,
the clock,
the
so
player
he has
made
him
the
in.
line to gain. Therefore, it's a first down on the 19-yard line.
So they got it either way.
I think that's a great job.
Yeah.
Yes, they did.
And it's in the red zone, where Alabama is very effective. 91% of the time they score something, including 41 touchdowns this year.
So remember the 3rd and 10 offsides. You know, if you think about Florida and their defense, they almost have to play a perfect football game. Doesn't mean you have to play soft or anxious, but making those self-inflicted wounds before the snap, that really hurt you.
2 tight ends, Forrestall and Billingsley out there. Play fake. Jones on a crossing route to Forrestall, and he's got it down to the 8-yard line, first to goal.
And this ball was going to Forrestall no matter what. This was a tight end delay. The rest of the receivers were decoys. The tight end on the left, number 87, is going to block, hold, and it was going to him the whole way.
Forrestall coming off a career-high 6 catches for 52 yards last week. His first one got him down close, and Najee Harris gets him to the end zone. Touchdown, Alabama.
Love the way Najee just kind of patiently bounces around and waits for those blocks to the right side of the line. Neal gets a good block, second level block by Ekiyor that time, and then Najee just trots it into the end zone.
Reichard in for the point after. Hasn't missed one this year. In fact, he hasn't missed a field goal either. Extra point up and good. Got some bad news for Florida. When Alabama scores on their opening drive, they're 147-8 under Nick Saban. This guy knows how to find the end zone. For the 23rd time this year, Najee Harris for the score. Friday night in Atlanta. Stream CBS Sports HQ, the completely free and always on sports news network for highlights, breaking news, and expert picks. Download the CBS Sports app on your phone or connected TV to watch today. Najee Harris making history on the opening drive of the football game for Alabama.
And remember, not just a touchdown run, but the key block he got on 3rd down to keep Mac Jones clean for that first down throw.
He's also tied Sean Alexander's school record of 50 touchdowns if you add in his receiving scores over his career. But some pretty impressive names, including a couple of Heisman Trophy winners that he just passed with that score on the ground. Kadarius Toney and Malik Davis waiting on Reichard's kick. Kadarius Toney camps under it at the 4. He is dangerous. And he's already in the open field, but a good open field tackle brings him down at the 28-yard line. Patrick Surtain on the special teams makes a nice open field tackle. Let's take a look at the Dr. Pepper starting lineups. And it starts with number 11. Kyle Trask comes in leading the country. 40 touchdown passes, only 5 interceptions, and 2 of those came a week ago. Also leads the country in completions. There's the group that joins him. Trayvon Grimes, some people forget about him. He's got 8 scoring receptions as well, along with the other guys that Gary talked about in the open. And his first pass is Malik Davis.
You know, Ness, Coach Saban catches a little grief sometimes by putting his stars on special teams, but it's a good thing he had a sure tackler Surtain on that one, because that was an open field tackle, and they had their best player out there to make it.
There was a lot of green this side of the hash marks, that's for sure, on that return. Dameon Pierce. They fake it to him, and Trask keeps it.
Did he miss the handoff? Because I think he did. Can't imagine they'd be running a play like this early and take a hit right here. Oh yeah, the ball popped out, but you may be right. He was going to keep the ball, or he thought Dameon was going to take it, and all of a sudden it was almost a disaster.
That's one of those I got it, you take it plays.
It's a good thing he got it back.
Florida also good on 3rd down conversions this year. They got a 3rd and 6 right here. Trask down the middle. And what a catch by guess who? Kyle Pitts. He's back.
Well, he was matched up against Brian Branch, the true freshman, number 14. Tough matchup. Safety against a 6'6" and throw it high, and he goes and gets it.
It's what you talked about a few minutes ago, and it's a first down at the 46-yard line. Naquan Wright in the backfield with Trask, who's getting ready to light it up again. Maybe he'll have to keep this one dragged down from behind, but he got to the 49-yard line. Will Anderson made the tackle.
Late flag, and I wonder if they're going to call roughing on this player, unnecessary roughness.
Looked like a clean tackle to me.
You know,
personal foul targeting number 8 on the defense.
Christian Harris ducked his head.
Under further review.
Christian Harris ducked his head on the tackle. I don't know if he made contact, but he did duck his head.
Their most important linebacker, arguably, if his targeting holds up, he's going to be out of the game. He missed him. Maybe he tried to target him.
Yeah,
but
he missed him.
He hit him in the back.
Yeah, he almost actually hit Will Anderson as well, I think.
Gene Steratore is going to join us again. Gene?
Yeah, what we've got to know in this situation is Trask is still a runner, so he's not defenseless. So the only type of targeting we can have here is with the use of the helmet, and I don't think there's anything there.
And they picked it up, took it back. Well, so far, 2 reviews, and they got them both right. So, luckily for number 8, Christian Harris, who's playing with a shoulder injury a little bit from the game against Arkansas last week, and he is their leading tackler for this defense. There's the front guys. Harris, as I just mentioned, their leading tackler with Allen and Moses, and the back end in the secondary.
So Christian Harris was somewhat of a game time decision with that injury. Practiced all week but did not have contact. And the way he tried to make that tackle, you almost saw he was favoring that arm.
Yep. 2 tight ends set with Pitts and Zipper in there for Florida. And Malik Davis in the backfield on 2nd down and 7. Trask bobbled the snap a little bit, going deep. Out there is Pitts. No good. Incomplete. Surtain on the coverage.
Well, that's an NFL matchup right there. Most likely 2 number 1 draft picks. Surtain and Pitts.
Might get a chance to do this for the next 10 years is what you're saying.
If the ball was in play, I like 84 on that to the outside. You got to keep the ball on the field just a little bit too wide, uncatchable.
Kyle Pitts didn't play against LSU. Had they had him, maybe it would have been a different outcome. We'll never know. 3rd down and 7. And just inside the Gator 49. Trask going to go deep. He's got Tony, and he's got it. Touchdown, Florida. Kadarius Toney.
Kadarius Toney was in the slot, and he was matched up against the true freshman Malachi Moore. In the slot, there's the matchup. Watch him go to the outside and then turn, and he's got him beat, and it's a perfect throw.
In stride, 51-yard touchdown pass. And we're an extra point away from being even.
It's the longest pass play Malachi Moore has given up all season.
Extra point by McPherson is up and good. Well, touchdown pass number 41 for Kyle Trask, and it couldn't be much prettier than what it was.
Anybody surprised that it's started the way it was reported to start? They got offenses.
73 yards in 6 plays, 7-7 in Atlanta. Five minutes into the game, and the fireworks have started in Atlanta. 7-7. Kadarius Toney, his 10th receiving touchdown of the year from 51 yards out. He can do a lot of different things, including return punts. Used as a running back. That time a perfect throw and catch to tie the game. Billingsley's not going to get out.
I think Helms, number 29, had a block in the back that time. It's going to go back another like half the distance here.
It's going to take it inside the 10 or very close.
During the return, illegal block in the back. On the return team, number 29, 10-yard penalty, first down.
Not 60 minutes tomorrow. What does the Pfizer vaccine mean for the pandemic? 60 Minutes talks to the team's key players to find out. That's tomorrow on CBS. And they will spot the ball at the 9.
A little different. They started at the 30 last time because of the penalty by the Gators on the kickoff.
So 2 tight end set, Forrestall and Billingsley in there. Forrestall switching over to the left side. Both of them go that way, in fact. And Devontae Smith in motion. And this is Najee Harris trying to follow his blockers. He got about 3.
Well, that was good fill that time by that Gator defense. Coming up, those safeties, they make a lot of tackles. You're going to have to fill fast and then hold on and read it correctly for the play action passes. It's a real chess game for those safeties in modern college football.
Florida's defense ranks 5th in the SEC, coming in 6th against the rush. They stop Najee Harris after a short gain here. 2nd down and 7. Jones firing far side, and he got Devontae Smith again. And another perfect throw.
Only a 3-man rush, stacked to the outside. Devontae's on a safety this time. You get him on that safety like that, no way you can cover him. 3-man rush, plenty of clean pocket to throw the ball, and he steps in and delivers it.
And a 24-yard strike and a first down at the 36.
I think both teams now realize that it's a score point football game.
Jones off the play fake, goes again, complete to Billingsley, and another Alabama first down.
Because Jalen Waddle injury has really opened up playing time for Billingsley, number 19. Is a hybrid type of a tight end. By putting him in that H-back tight end spot, he gets matched up on linebackers a lot, and he's pretty quick.
So completions of 24 and 15 yards has put Alabama back in Florida territory at the 49. Najee Harris cuts it outside, spins his way out for about 8, maybe 9. What a great combination of moves and power for this guy.
And he's smart, as we talked about, picks up the blitzes, catches the ball out of the backfield, probably one of the most valuable backs in college football.
And he's got a first down, and he's into the secondary again and blasts his way down inside the 30.
And did I mention, well, I know Brad did, we mentioned that that offensive line is pretty high quality.
Yeah.
Talking to
Najee Harris again.
And I was going to say, talking to Steve Sarkisian, the offensive coordinator, on the phone the other night, he said he wanted to go up tempo. He feels that the Gator defensive line is not as deep as maybe they would like, and he feels that they can run the ball, hurry up, and tire them out for later in the game. And you can see he's doing it already.
Sark in his second stint as the coordinator at Alabama. Done a marvelous job, and he's been rumored as a possible head coach elsewhere. 2nd down and almost 7. Quick throw out on the flat. Devontae Smith. It's going to be 3rd down and about 4. Marco Wilson on the stop. So another 3rd down. They need to get just inside the 20-yard line to move the sticks. Already 4 catches for Devontae Smith for 52 yards here in the first quarter.
Interesting, Alabama allowed Florida to bring on their nickel package that time. They did not go hurry up.
Jones. A lot of pressure, and he stuck it in there, but no! It's intercepted by Trey Dean. And the ball comes out again, and Devontae Smith has got it back for Alabama.
John Mechie was with the hit. Number 8 dislodged it, and Devontae got it.
This is going to be a crazy first down for the Tide.
Well, it was a really nice interception on the play by Trey Dean. Took it right away on the interception.
Right there, I thought it was a catch, and
sure
there's the robbery. And here comes the tackle.
Boom. And there's the fumble recovered. It'll be first down, Alabama.
Crazy way to get a first down, and we hope that
you're not allowed to have a blindside block, but you sure can make a blindside tackle.
Right. Trey Dean is the recipient, and Mechie saved the day there. Trey Dean, a Georgia native out of Hampton.
And they're already short of safety with Sean Davis out of this football game. That'll be a tough loss for the Gators.
Take a look, another look at Trey Dean's interception.
Slightly behind Forrestal, and that allowed Trey Dean to come in there and muscle it away.
Forrestal had both hands on it.
Yep.
You could see it, and then he just picked his pocket. And coming back the other way, Mechie with that blast. And Alabama recovers and will have a first down. Trey Dean heading to the sideline. We're heading to a short break. We'll be right back. Tomorrow, NFL on CBS begins at noon Eastern. JB and the guys, the NFL today. And we got a doubleheader for you. 49ers and Cowboys in game one. And what a great matchup in the second game. Chiefs and the Saints. Jim, Tony, and Tracy will be there. It's the old against the new.
Yeah.
A guy that's closing in on 80,000 passing yards. And the reigning MVP, Patrick Mahomes.
And a guy who, if he stays healthy, will get to 80,000.
Trey Dean's out of the tent. Looks like he's okay.
It's great news. Made a great play on that one, and you know, you never expect that tackle like that.
Trevez Johnson takes his spot, at least for now. He's a true freshman, and let's see if the Alabama offense tries to pick on him. Jones scanning the field. Lobs one, Devontae Smith. Touchdown, Alabama.
Well, Florida's in what they call quarters coverage. And what Steve Sarkisian drew up here was something that can beat it. When you cross receivers from one side, you eat up two defenders, and then you sneak Devontae White across. Really tough. They're trying to play quarters, and it's impossible. Tough to cover quarters when you cross that guy, and that is a beautifully designed play by Steve Sarkisian.
Records in for the point after, up and good. It's actually going to go as a 31-yard touchdown drive in one play, but that's because of the crazy play that preceded it. 14-7, Alabama.
Smooth driving pays off. With Allstate, the safer you drive, the more you save. You've never been in better hands. Allstate. Click or call for a quote today.
Gare, that would have been a 91-yard touchdown drive, but we had the crazy interception and then the fumble recovery by Alabama that made it a one-play drive in 14 seconds.
Yeah, I think he fed, if you're Mac Jones there, he fed the guy who got the fumble and saved your interception on the play. I think he knew he had that right from the snap. He was just waiting for Devontae to get there.
Short kick. Kadarius Toney will take it from the 5. He had a good return last time. Little hesitation step, got it across the 20 to the 21. DeMarco Helms made the stop there. And now Do Project Smarter, presented by the Home Depot.
Well, when you've got so many great football players, it's smart to use all your stars. And Devontae Smith showed us last week what a star can do. Remember, we thought this was in the stands?
Yeah.
He actually went up 10 feet, 8 inches to grab it, and he could have dunked it on the play.
Not only that, that's his dad right in his bicep of the left arm, which is an awesome picture.
Amazing picture.
Here's Kadarius Toney. Little swing pass, and Toney's got a first down. Out across the 31-yard line.
One more look at that picture of his dad. How about that?
You keep that one forever,
absolutely.
man.
Think about the odds of that happening. And remember, he was probably there his whole life teaching him how to catch the ball and run routes, and there he is.
Very hard to teach somebody to make that kind of grab, and he makes so many of them. They look routine by now.
I guarantee you he's taking credit for it, though.
Sure he will. That's what all dads do.
Yep.
From the 32, Toney this time on the ground with a cutback run and a good one. Kadarius Toney, another first down. We said he can do it in a variety of ways, and this time he gets it out to the 45.
When we talked with Nick Saban, he was especially concerned with number 1. He says, yeah, Kyle Pitts is a really tough matchup, but we never know how they're going to get the ball to Kadarius Toney. Quick screens, jet sweeps, and we've already seen how he goes down the sideline.
And he said they create so many headaches, Advil can't even handle it.
Yeah, that's what he said, exactly.
At the 45, first down Florida, trying to answer the Alabama touchdown here with just under 5 minutes to go, first quarter. Just a 3-man rush. Trask sets up, loads, fires deep, got a man, and he just overshot Justin Shorter. If that pass was a little shorter, it would have been a touchdown.
Yeah, he had Josh Jones that time, and he did a stutter down the field. Watch him go down the field and just stutter and then go. That's all you need. You just need that DB to just slow down a half step, and you go right by him. Right now, Dan Mullen is pitching a perfect game with his play calling. And you know what? He almost has to. He's got to keep spreading that ball and keep this Alabama defense off balance, and he is doing it.
You got to figure you have to score about 45 to stay in this thing.
I think so.
2nd and 10. Trask looks left, comes back across the middle, and he's got Pitts. And it's a first down with Surtain draped all over it.
Well, I'm running out of things to say good here, and it's only the first quarter. How about this? That's a tight end who knows how to get off the jam with a defensive back who's going to be drafted in the first round. Guy's an amazing football player, and they're different. I said that in the Georgia game. They're different without him, and they lost last week without him.
Didn't play in the loss to LSU. First down at the Alabama 45. Trask looking left the whole way. Goes that way and in and out of the hands of Trayvon Grimes. A little bit of double coverage over there, and he still put it close to a completion.
One of the question marks I had is, could this offensive line for Florida, they gave up 4 sacks last week against LSU. They stayed max protection that time, and look how good of protection they had in that pocket for Kyle Trask. They even kept in Pitts on that play to block.
They bring in Emory Jones at quarterback. Normally the running quarterback, but who knows on 2nd down and 10. And it is a run all the way. Trying to get to the edge, and he did. And he's got a first down and then some. Inside the 30. Good play calling there by Jones to pick up the first down.
Well, remember, Dan Mullen was the offensive coordinator when Florida played against Alabama with Tim Tebow, and he used this type of attack with a running quarterback. He also had Dak Prescott in Mississippi State. So he knows that a running quarterback gives this Bama defense problems. He's putting them in the first quarter.
Got a 17-yard gain out of it. And a first down for Florida, continuing their drive. Here comes a blitz. Trask over the middle, and this time incomplete, as Dylan Moses was covering Kyle Pitts that time. Tough coverage for a linebacker, but Dylan Moses did a nice job. Five out of 9, including a touchdown so far for Kyle Trask. That's Kadarius Toney in motion on 2nd down and 10. Here's a running play by a running back, I should say.
That was pretty good.
Naquan Wright for a yard.
The surprise in that call. He was like, what are they doing? Just enough. Got to sprinkle it in. And this time the Alabama defense is ready for it. Take on the lead blocker and make the play. Good job by Christian Harris, number 8.
Tough 3rd down coming up, 3rd and 9.
Alabama has not blitzed yet and tried to get Trask that ball out of his hand quickly. Doesn't look like they're going to do it here either.
Empty backfield. 5 receivers set for the Gators, trying to get down to the 18-yard line to keep this drive alive. Play clock down at 2. Gonna have to hustle. Just got it, and it's Trask running. He doesn't get the first down, but they're going to be in field goal range. Christian Barmore in on the tackle.
Well, he always says, Dan, about his quarterbacks is they have to be willing runners. They don't have to be great runners. But that time Barmore saved the first down because I think he might have got 2 or 3 more yards, and Dan might have been tempted to go for it. on 4th down.
Evan McPherson, who missed a 51-yarder against LSU in the fog last week that he'd love to have back, will try from 40 yards out. Evan McPherson's kick on the way, just inside the right upright. Good. So Florida has to settle for 3 with just under 2 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Alabama with the lead. Florida within 4.
Adam Zucker with this Jeep update. We pondered with Brad and Gary on the pregame where an undefeated Cincinnati might fit into the playoff picture now. Alabama transfer Jerome Ford making the first statement against Tulsa through Tulsa. 42 yards and a 7-0 lead in the American Championship. But there's another team from Ohio looking to stay top 4.
All right, Zook, thanks. 14-10 here in the SEC Championship game, where our aerial coverage of tonight's game is provided by Goodyear. Christmas lights, the city of Atlanta.
You know, Ness, I was just thinking last week we did Army-Navy, and there was a total of 12 first downs in the whole game. We're already at 14 in this game.
I knew you were going to bring that up early.
Well, I didn't know if they'd get there this early, but they did.
This kick goes a yard deep. Billingsley's going to bring it out. And the big tight end, wide receiver type, gets it out across the 25. Nice return. Early comparison of the 2 star quarterbacks. Here's how it looks so far. Both looking good. That one interception, the only bad spot for Mac Jones. Jamie.
Well, it's become a bit of a game in Tuscaloosa. Which Alabama opponent is going to call Mac Jones a game manager this week to really tick off the offensive line and the wide receivers? Well, I asked Mac if it bugs him. He said, what good quarterback isn't a good game manager? He said last week Arkansas dropped 8 guys into the backfield. I'll game manage my way into 7-yard checkdowns all day long.
Absolutely.
You saw Trey Dean is back in there after being shaken up on that interception return. Najee Harris for about 5.
Well, so far to me, the difference in the game is that this Alabama team has a better running attack.
And a good balance.
Yes, a little more balance. So it's a little more on Kyle Trask, where the Alabama team has a 2-3 ways to attack you, but when they can run the ball, that opens up the play action game for them.
Jones moves Harris behind him in a pistol set here at the 31. Gives it to Najee Harris. And only about 3. Nice job by the defense. Donovan Steiner and Brenton Cox there to make the hit for Florida.
And that's that safety up there making those tackles for 2 or 3 yards. And that's great. When you can sneak that 7th and 8th guy up there as safeties, it really helps, but it's dangerous long term.
Jones has time. Crossing route broken up. Great job defensively by Florida and Brad Stewart, that star in the secondary. And we got a late flag.
Personal foul, hands to the face on the defense, number 17. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. First down.
Wow, that's a killer. Zach Carter with the penalty.
It was on the left side of Mac Jones that time, number 17. I don't know if it was on Brown or Leatherwood. There it is over there on Leatherwood. Right there is the play. Leatherwood's got a skin. You see how he pushes him back with his face mask?
That's a good call.
Got it.
He got all of that. And the center judge immediately threw the flag. So instead of a stop, it's a first down Alabama at the 48. Some costly penalties on the Gators here in the first quarter. Forrestal in motion. Najee Harris gets the call. Broke a tackle or 2. And a good run again. Ventrell Miller brings him down, but not before he got inside the 43-yard line.
Kind of feels like he's skipping through there, doesn't he? Just kind of hops in there. He looks, keeps almost, feels like he's got both feet on the ground and then dances away to another 8-9 yard gain.
Najee came in with almost 3,500 rushing yards in his Alabama career, and he's adding to it tonight. This time he goes out as a wide receiver to the top of the screen. Jones pumps once, has some pressure, and he's going to go down. He wanted to go deep, but he waited too long.
Well, Mac Jones should not have been surprised by what the coverage was. When they moved out Najee, nobody went with him. He knew it was zone. He just couldn't find anybody. Did he get a check down? Nobody to throw to. Good coverage by that zone coverage by the Florida Gators and force him into a sack.
Andrew Chatfield with the sack to end the first quarter. End of one, 14-10. Top-ranked Alabama will return to Atlanta after this message and a word from your local station. Back to start the second quarter. The SEC Championship on CBS presented by Dr. Pepper. And the second quarter opens with Alabama at the Florida 48, 3rd down and 7. Empty backfield. Mac Jones down the middle and complete, and it's Slade Bolden, and it's a first down. And we welcome you back to the booth. Brad Nessler, Gary Danielson, Jamie's down on the field. First quarter is about what we expected. Hard to stop the Stars.
It is, but Florida's had 3 key mistakes on 3rd down. 3rd and 10 and an offside penalty. 3rd down, they had an interception and they fumbled.
Yep.
And then they just had a 3rd down penalty with their face mask right there. And then they convert right then again. So the drive has stayed alive. Florida could have gotten off the field. They have not gotten off the field. There's a little miscues. 2 penalties and a fumble.
First down at the 33. Alabama playing with a 4-point lead here. Play fake, the pump. And now the deep ball. Jones going through all of it. And Mechie, he ran out of real estate. Caught it, but he's out of bounds.
Jones was looking to his right that time, and by the time he got back to the other side of the field, the defender falls down, but it's too late to rocket the ball in there. Torrance is the one who fell down, and Mechie goes, oh, I had my chance.
Mac Jones told us a couple of weeks ago, he tells his wide receivers, never stop running. I'd rather underthrow and complete the pass than overthrow it incomplete. That one was an overthrow incomplete. Najee Harris for about 3. Harris starting to rack up yardage. 74 already here early in the second quarter.
3rd down again. Another opportunity to get off the field.
They've got to get to the 23 of the Gators for a first down. 3rd down and 7.
Devontae in the slot.
Najee now will come all the way across the field. That's where the ball is going. Great catch out in front of him. He's close to a first down. And if he didn't get it, maybe it's close enough to go for it.
Again, another one of those plays where it was only going to Najee. This was a screen to the outside. The receivers were blocking the whole time. And as you say, it's close. Did they call it a first down?
Yep, he took the yard marker with him. So that was good enough. First down, Alabama.
Another 3rd down conversion. Another review on a first down play.
Najee Harris came in with 27 catches on the year.
I thought Najee Harris showed his ability just catching the ball on that play. Did he get to the line on this one?
Well, his whole body goes sliding out of bounds right at the marker. This might give us a better look. Puts his shoulder into Marco Wilson.
Ball's in his left hand, remember, as he goes out of bounds. I didn't see anything yet to overturn the call.
Gene, what do you think? Gene Steratore with us.
What you've got to remember, it's where that ball crosses the sideline too, guys. So that's the angle they're looking for. And as you just said, Gary, they ruled this a first down, so they need to see something clear and obvious. To me, I feel like that ball crossed the sideline prior to it reaching the first down. But you've got to have that clear and obvious evidence.
Again, they moved the sticks already, so if they reverse this, they have to go back and reset everything.
It makes sense that it seems a little short, doesn't it? But does the replay officials have enough to overturn it? Would be 4th and what, 6 inches?
Yeah. And as I said, if he didn't get it, it might be an opportunity to go on 4th down, being that close. Well, this one is taking a while, as well it should, because
that's a big call.
It's at the 23-yard line. So we're almost in the red zone spot here. Alabama leading by 4. And here comes our call.
After review, the ruling on the field stands is called. It's first down.
First down, Alabama. So Najee Harris, the dual threat, that time as a receiver. First of all, he made a really nice catch as the ball was right out in front of him. And then he put the power move on to get to the sticks.
I think Sark has had 2 really great calls in this game. The tight end delay call really produced a touchdown by Najee Harris a play later. And then the crossing route to Devontae Smith. He knew the coverage, and I think Mac Jones knew he had a touchdown at the snap. See if he comes up with another one.
First down at the 23. Jones wide open out in the flat is Xavier Williams. There's a new name you can add to the wide receiver list.
Yeah, with Jalen Waddle not in there, other guys are getting chances to play, and as we all know, Alabama recruits good players, and when they ever got a chance to make the play, of course, that one was really pitch and catch, wasn't it?
Marco Wilson was about 10 yards away from him, had to close in to make the tackle at the 11. Back to the ground. Najee Harris broke 2 tackles, a third, and he got to the 5.
He's really good at giving up ground, but keeping his momentum to stay away from the tackle. He's got those quick feet. Remember, he's 225, 230 pounds. Now watch him give ground a little bit to the outside, but still use the straight arm to shake loose and gain positive yards.
It's a little jump stop in the
does it all, doesn't
traffic,
it?
And then powers his way down just outside the 5.
So far, Alabama, 14 runs, 14 passes.
Nice balance. They can get a first down at the 1. Second down and 4. And this time Florida does a nice job to bottle things up. Diabate has been in on a lot of tackles already in this first half.
Yeah, I think there was a lot happening that time too. I think inside Slayton, number 56, was making a pile right there in the middle of the play. Make piles inside and then let those linebackers clean up. Also, Zachary Carter, number 17, did not give up any yardage. He stood his blocker up and allowed the linebackers to make the play. So does Todd Grantham come after him here, or does he sit back?
It's third down. Slade Bolden in motion. Here's the throw. Najee Harris made a man miss. And touchdown, Alabama. He does it again.
A reverse spin just as he catches it. That's a veteran player who's played a lot of football. Great anticipation. He feels the guy covering him is coming from the inside and spins inside at the same time. What a play.
First receiving touchdown of the year for number 22, the 8th of his brilliant career, the 51st touchdown of his Alabama career. And the extra point is up and good. Najee Harris is the receiver. Mac Jones, another touchdown toss. Alabama adds to its lead, 21-10 now here in the second quarter. Coming up at halftime, trick shot artist Dude Perfect makes a special appearance as part of the Dr. Pepper's much anticipated 2020 tuition giveaway. You won't want to miss it. And Dude Perfect's got some crazy stuff. Just be around to see that at halftime. It is fun.
Yeah.
I saw a preview.
I've seen it too. It's pretty good, isn't it? Well, I can tell you, Mac Jones didn't have to be that perfect on that throw. The guy's wide open, and there's a reason. Florida busted.
Malik Davis on the kick return. Davis out across the 30 to the 32. That's where Florida will go back to work as we take you back to the touchdown.
We've been talking about Dan Mullen scheming to get up guys open. Now watch Sark. He puts one guy in motion, and then right after the snap, you'll see the confusion by Florida. Stop it right there. Look at this. 2 guys covering one guy on the play, and that's the breakdown, and make one guy whisk and you're in the end zone. Easy pitch and catch, but a little bit of motion in that Florida secondary, who struggled making mistakes all year, just made a big one there.
Let's see if Kyle Trask and company can answer. Starting from the 32. Trask A little too far out in front of Malik Davis. They try that wheel route that worked so well against Georgia.
I don't blame them, do you?
Yeah, well, it worked a lot in that game.
And this time Christopher Allen, the defensive end, instead of getting picked, they put the end man on the line of scrimmage on him and wheel with him, so there's nobody to pick on the play. And that's why it was covered well.
Empty backfield. Pitts.
Oh, here they come.
There's the throw in the flat. One missed tackle for Davis, and he got the first down.
You know, all football's the same. When you're blitzing and you have an opportunity to make a tackle in open space, it stops the play. But these good athletes make these open field tackles really tough. That's why you recruit these 4- and 5-star guys, to make guys miss just like that.
Florida was trying to go tempo a little bit there and line up, but instead they'll settle for the first down at the 43. Some shifting on the front wall of Alabama defensively. Trask on first down. In trouble. Down he goes. And Chris Allen with a sack. The 6th of the season for Chris Allen.
Well, this was a nice formation by Florida. They went 4 receivers to the wide side of the field, but no one open. When you ride up in the pocket, that allowed the sack by Allen. Now look at that, 4 receivers to one side of the field. And as time, Alabama just drops in the zone, so they didn't care if you put 5 guys there. They were just going to drop to their spots on the field.
Last week, 8 sacks against Arkansas. And again, very seldom a run by the running backs. Damian Pierce on the carry. And the first 3 games of the season, everybody said, oh, what's wrong with Alabama's defense? Well, they got it figured out. And the last 7 games, not much for the opponents.
And as I talk about this a lot, everybody talks about the teams, as you look at Pete Golding, defensive coordinator for Alabama, you know, the teams that are down a little bit, and then they improve as the years go on. But, you know, the good teams are improving, too. And Alabama has improved, no doubt about it.
Big time. They were really young in the secondary. Those guys got better. Linebackers got a little healthier. Everybody learned how to tackle again, including right now bringing down Kadarius Toney. Ball came out at the end, but it was blown dead. Brian Branch, one of those young guys I talked about, is the guy that got him down.
Was that time Alabama was able to put their 6 defensive backs on the field. They feel they can match up okay and double team different players with 6. The problem is, Nick said, when we only have 5 out there, it's tough to double team both those guys.
So we're going to see a punt here.
And this is now in this next series, the Florida defense needs to stop badly.
And Jacob Finn does not want to let number 6 run one back, because he can and has, including an 84-yarder this season. Devontae Smith caps under it at the 10. Devontae Smith straight up the middle and all the way out near the 30, so a 20-yard return. And he says, I was that close to breaking that baby. That close.
I think he's always that close, don't you think?
Just under 8.5 to go in the half. Great history between these two teams, both making their 13th appearance in the SEC championship game. Now it's time for a taste of tradition presented by Sonic. Here's Jamie.
Brad, when you think of the Gators, you think of Steve Spurrier, who led Florida to 5 SEC championships, including 2 of the first 3 against Alabama. Kyle Trask is the first Gator quarterback to wear number 11 since Spurrier's Heisman-winning campaign in 1966. And that visor Dan Mullen wears, yeah, he was influenced by the head ball coach, too. Mullen started donning the visor as an ode to Spurrier when he was Florida's offensive coordinator 15 years ago.
And that number 11 on the left, there'll be a little bit of irony if he wins the Heisman Trophy wearing that jersey. He's certainly in the conversation. So is Mac Jones, who's set to take the snap on first down for Alabama. Swing out to Mechie. John Mechie got about 8 before Florida drives him into his own sideline.
And you can almost feel the pressure on this drive. And what will Todd Grantham, the defensive coordinator for Florida, come up with? Anything new? Or does he just have to stress to his defense, make the tackle, don't make mistakes, and we can stop these guys?
Brian Robinson in the lineup for the first time for Alabama, and he's got a first down run. And he's a guy that would be starting anywhere else in the country probably, were it not for Najee Harris being in front of him. But when he comes in, he can turn it on as well. Last week, 3 touchdowns, a career high in the win over Arkansas for Brian Robinson. .7:45 to go in the half. Another Alabama first down at the 41. Billingsley in motion. Jones looking the other way. Running out of time, and down he goes. And it's Zach Carter with the sack.
Sack 33, leading the SEC. 31 coming into the game, 2 already. And this time, Mac Jones's internal clock just didn't click off fast enough. He had to feel that, boy, that's a long time to be looking around in that situation, and ended up taking the sack.
The 5th sack of the season for Zach Carter. And they finally put Alabama behind the chains a little bit. Second down at 14. Forrestal comes out the tight end as an extra receiver to the bottom of your screen. They'll keep it on the ground. Robinson, little hesitation run, dives forward back to the 43-yard line. It'll bring up 3rd down and 8.
Coming into this game, Alabama had only been sacked 14 times. Well, they're going to have 12 men on the field, I believe.
Long ball in and out of the hands of Devontae Smith with the flag down that Gary's talking about.
They went hurry up, and Kyrie Campbell, number 55, just couldn't get off the field. He already was tired.
Illegal substitution on the defense. The 12th player did not get off the field. That's a 5-yard penalty. Replay, 3rd down.
The big guy just couldn't get there.
That's another one of those little penalties that you don't think is a big deal.
Absolutely. But... And that was actually provoked by this Alabama hurry up that time. They took advantage. This wasn't really, they tried to substitute, and Alabama caused the penalty.
So now it's a 3rd down and shorter, 3rd and 3. Well, they keep it on the ground to Robinson. Oh, Mac Jones let fly again. Forrestal comes over in the slot on the left.
6 offensive linemen in the game for Alabama.
It is Robinson. And he got there with second ever, and he's still going. And now there might be a face mask in the bottom of that pile, although I don't think they saw it. At the 44-yard line, he's got a first down.
Remember what Sark told me, and I talked about it once. He felt that he could tire out this Florida defense. They're already pounding on them. They're up to 35 plays already. 36 plays in the game. No, 35 plays in the game. Approaching 80 if they go 40 in the first half and 40 in the second half.
Should have been 15 more, as I said. That was a face mask.
Good eye,
I didn't see it. Quick throw, Devontae Smith. With a stiff arm, stretching out as far as he can, and got it inside the 40.
And this was just an eyeball one. Everybody else running a running play, and the quarterback looks over and says he's open. And there you see why those stats look so good for Mac Jones.
2 guys that were 3-star players upon arrival at their respective schools and have turned themselves into superstars, as Gary said, by hard work and patience, playing behind other guys to get to this big game and this big season for them. Second and 5 on a bootleg. Jones sets up, going deep, double coverage, and broken up. It was intended for Devontae Smith. Nice job back there by Brad Stewart and Donovan Steiner.
Yep, the 2 safeties that time. The star over the slot first. Number 2, Stewart is the star back. He covers the slot, playing inside technique. He knows he's got help to the outside, and a wonderful job that time by Stewart. Not a bad throw. We've seen Devontae make plays like that.
I was just going to say, if you're Mac Jones, you go, I'm going to give him a chance.
Why wouldn't you?
3rd and 5.
Looks like a blitz opportunity. The linebacker out here on the running back. That says man-to-man.
Florida's got everybody standing up right now at the line of scrimmage.
Are they coming after him? Because I'm reading man. They are.
And whistles. We have a timeout before the snap. We did indeed. 3rd down and 5 coming up for Alabama when we come back to Atlanta after this.
Well, if you're looking at this game, Alabama team is 5 for 6 on 3rd down, but part of it has been the help from Florida that they brought on the field. Offsides on the third down play. That's really not a miscue, but it was an opportunity on third down to get off the field. Then the face mask penalty, and then on third down again, too many men on the field. So 4 different times Florida had an opportunity to get off the field, and they did not.
Here's another opportunity on a 3rd down and 5 for Alabama. 8th play of the drive at the Gator 39. Pressure coming. Jones rifles it, and now forward progress for Devontae Smith. Did he get to the 1st down? He might be a hair shy.
Really close, isn't he? He takes that after he catches it. He takes a half step back. Are we going to get another? We're going to get another. Was a timeout?
The player was short of the line to gain. Florida takes its first timeout of the half.
Dan Mullen called timeout. He wanted to take a look at it.
And Mac Jones wanted to do a quarterback sneak, and he couldn't get the center judge out of the way. Play stopped with 4:55 remaining in a half.
Adam Zucker in New York coming up on the Geico Halftime Report. BJ, Rick, and I get you caught up on today's action, including Army with a 4th down and goal touchdown with a minute left by Jacoby Buchanan. Wins the Commander-in-Chief's trophy for the 3rd time in 4 years. 175 pounds, that thing. We got another 4th down now in Atlanta.
Yeah, we do. Big one coming up right here. 4th down and inches as Devontae Smith, his body crossed, but then the ball came back and he got hit, and he's that short.
Yeah, it was a great tackle by Bernie that time. And I think it's a great timeout by Dan Mullen. He wanted his team. It's a big 4th down play here towards the end of the half. He wants his guys fresh. He didn't want Alabama to hurry up for this 4th down play. And Najee Harris is back in the game for this play.
And they're in the shotgun, so there won't be a quarterback sneak unless Mac Jones comes back up under center. He'll move Forrestall from left to right and back to the middle, and Forrestall takes it on the snap.
High school quarterback.
Before Trevor Lawrence came along.
Nice job by Mac Jones. Watch Mac turn to the bench to see like he's going to do a new play here. Watch him turn to the bench to the right. Like, coach, do you want something? That's part of the act, and they get the play off.
Little bit of everything, huh? Forrestall.
Remember they had a play like that on a quick snap last year against LSU when Devontae beat Stingley on the outside on a play. They looked to the bench and then they quick snapped it.
Forrestall playing in his home state from Cartersville, Georgia. Gets the 1st down. Just outside the Gator 33. Mechie crosses the field in motion. Back to the ground. Back to Najee Harris to the 29.
This does 2 things for this Alabama offense. Brian Robinson started this drive running the ball, and now Najee comes in fresh. They're eating up clock. They're moving the ball in position for at least a field goal, but you know, the pressure on this Florida offense, every time they get the ball, they know they got to score.
Yeah. And right now they're 11 down. 83 of those 93 rushing yards are Najee Harris, who's behind Mac Jones on 2nd down and 6. He gets the handle again. Cuts back in the middle and powers his way down to the 25. It'll bring up 3rd down again.
You know, to Darrell Slayton that time, number 56, the nose tackle for Florida, got some good penetration on the play. Watch inside right here. But short yardage play, pushes inside, pushes Ekiyor back into him, but Najee just kind of dances around it.
Nice cut to get back to the middle and get to within a yard. And now both Robinson and Najee Harris in an I backfield. And it's Robinson straight ahead, and he's got the 1st down. Don't see that formation a lot.
And the clock just keeps ticking away. Can you finish off a drive? Nothing more Alabama would like to do is just take this clock right down, drive it down the field, and not give Florida the ball. Remember, Florida was going to get it to start the 2nd half, so they were hoping to have one of those 2-on-1 things where they get end of the 1st half and start the 2nd half, but the way this drive is laying out right now, they might not even get it.
Alabama's had the ball almost twice as long as Florida. 1st down at the 23. Jones pumps, fires and has his man Najee Harris. Touchdown, Alabama. Najee's second through the air, and Jones third of the night.
I mean, the design on this play is amazing. I mean, when you've got a running back running a hitch slant to the outside, this is a baited play. Watch Najee to the top of the screen, go out, stop, and then run across the field. Out, stop, and then go across the linebacker's face. What a design on a play. Now, you've got to have protection to do that, so give part of it to the offensive line, but what a design.
Steve Sarkisian is dialing up dimes right now, isn't he? There he is, the offensive coordinator. Just about everything has gone right. And Mac Jones to Najee Harris for the second time tonight. 70-yard drive in 13 plays, 6 minutes to get to 28-10 Alabama. Now the lead goes to 28-10 with just under 2.5 to go in the half. Najee Harris having himself a night again.
I would say so. 19 touches, 16 runs, and 3 receptions. Not a bad night. 3 touchdowns.
First 2 reception touchdowns of the year in his brilliant year. And Alabama will bring it out to the 25. Coming up, Adam, Rick, and BJ will have first half analysis and highlights from the rest of the championship Saturday on the Geico Halftime Report.
Okay, here's where Kyle Trask and this offense has to make a statement. Remember, they get the ball to start the second half.
Right.
Still plenty of time to go. They've been outclassed here, but a field goal here and a touchdown first drive, they're back in the football game.
Early in the game, Pitts with a couple of big catches. Kadarius Toney with the big one, a 51-yard scoring toss, and he's been quiet since. That's him in motion, number 1. Trask going deep. Got it to Toney inside the 40. First down, Florida.
Well, Jordan Battle was with him the whole time. He had him right in front of him, but a perfect throw. You see number 9, he's the safety, matched up against Toney, but it's a perfect throw right in between the 2 Alabama safeties.
All the way down to the 36-yard line, a pickup of 39.
I got the feeling you never have enough points if you're playing Florida or Alabama.
True. Trask, this time, first down, or 8-yard toss to Toney. So a 39-yarder to Kadarius, and then 8 more, and it's second down to 2. Florida has 2 timeouts remaining, as does Alabama. 4th time in the last 5 games, Kadarius Toney's gone over 100 yards receiving, including 182 last week in the loss to LSU. Plenty of time for Trask, plenty of time to throw a dart to Toney, and he lost the ball at the end, but it was blown dead at the 1.
Tell you, these 2 guys can throw the football, can't they?
Yeah, they can.
I mean, when you have the ability, I mean, there's not a college defense alive that can stop these type of throws.
Alabama trying to change up their defensive personnel, and now we've got whistles to stop play at the 1-yard line. There's the end of the play after that 27-yard pickup to Toney.
The ruling on the field was a catch short of the goal line. The previous play is under further review.
Still got it. Still got it. He still has it.
Starting to lose it, but still in his left hand.
Oh, is it out or not?
Well,
I think he's controlling it. You know, with those gloves, I think he has the ball, don't you?
AT&T 5G pylon cam will give us another look from a different angle.
He's not down yet.
Not down yet.
Whistle hasn't blown. Does he lose it?
I think he's down, and then it comes out.
I think so too.
Looked like he had it in 1 hand, trying to get it in 2. Gene Steratore along with us with a different look.
You know, it feels to me, guys, like as he's reaching that he still has some control with like two fingers and a thumb as we look at frame by frame. When that right forearm hits, it's really close, but I believe he's still down by contact.
He actually is losing yards at the end. He's moving backwards, almost his forward progress, but the ball hits his other arm, does it not? Call on the field was he was down?
Right.
Yep.
Just inside the 2.
He's got it. He's got it.
Whistled down right there.
And then his backside is down. I think Gene's got this one right on. He's controlling the football.
Is that about the 1.5-yard marker?
3 plays, 74 yards. That's the way to answer a touchdown, isn't it?
Yeah, go Tony and some more Tony. 39-yarder, an 8-yarder, a 27-yarder.
Jeez.
And we get the official word.
After review, the ruling on the field stands. First down.
So 1st and goal. And this would be huge for Alabama to tack 7 on here when they're going to get the ball to start the 3rd quarter. They'd probably like to take 1 minute and 21 seconds to get this next yard, just so they don't give it back to Alabama.
Well, if they wind the clock, which they will, I would slow down. I would use this play clock all 20 seconds. No reason to hurry up and snap it here.
Well, they do, though, and Trask will try to do it himself, and he does. Touchdown, Florida. He did this twice last week in the loss to LSU, and he powers his way in here.
Kyle Pitts in the middle of that thing trying to block Will Anderson and doing just enough job. And when you coach under Nick Saban and your defensive coordinator, you get coached as well.
McPherson's extra point. Up and good.
The only slight criticism you could have on Florida is they could have taken another 15 to 20 seconds off the clock.
Well, they'll take the touchdown at any rate. And the big fella for Florida makes it 28-17. The lead cut to 11. And if nothing happens offensively for Alabama in the next 69 seconds, it won't matter. But if Alabama comes back and get more points, as both Gary and I said, Florida's going to be wondering why they didn't take more time to get that score. Billingsley's going to bring it out from 1 yard deep.
He's aggressive.
He is. Got it out to the 22, maybe the 23.
So here's how you do a four-play drive. Okay, you go to Tony and you throw a strike
for 39,
and then you put him in the backfield. Another look right here, and he comes out down the sideline right here. You sneak him out. You got him on Malachi Moore. You run the wheel route inside. You throw another strike
for 27,
and then on 1st down, you just run the quarterback. If you're that good a thrower, you got to still take it in yourself.
So now let's see what Alabama does with the next minute and 4 seconds. They've got 2 timeouts. They work from their own 22-yard line. Najee Harris flares out of the backfield. The throw was supposed to be a slant to Devontae Smith, and Brenton Cox got a hand on it.
Yeah, 6'6" Brenton Cox playing that defensive end spot. Those guys have to help on those short passes. Leatherwood's got him, but as he backs up, Cox reads the quarterback's head and just makes them swat to the ground.
Brenton Cox playing in his home state too, out of Stockbridge, Georgia. Actually played for Georgia before the transfer to Gainesville. 2nd down and 10. Mac Jones scrambles around, throws on the run, throws a strike to Slade Bolden out to the 48-yard line.
Remember, they have 2 timeouts, Alabama does. Clock will stop on the 1st down play.
Florida's defenders trying to get back and get lined up. Just a 3-man front as Jones looking for more. Had some pressure, and Najee Harris, he threw it behind him, hit him in the elbow, incomplete. And Brenton Cox again was applying some heat on number 10.
Yeah, I think it was a good job by Cox getting that pressure, and Jones felt it, and he had to throw it just a little bit before Najee was ready on the play. Good pressure by that Florida defensive line. They've swatted one down, and they put pressure on the quarterback.
So everybody has an opportunity to take a big deep breath with 42 seconds left. 2nd down and 10.
Just rushing 3.
Jones down the middle, got it again. Devontae Smith again. And a first down, Alabama.
Boy, when they put Smith in the slot, he is tough to cover. He's got a zone coverage this time, runs right by the linebacker and settles into the zone.
They're already in Reichardt's field goal range with 30 seconds to go in the half. Jones throws to Forrestall, and Forrestall get out of bounds with 23 seconds to go.
Let's recall again that Florida snapped that ball with 19 seconds on the play clock. Look at play clock goes 22, 21, 19. So they could have snapped it under 5. So let's call it 15 seconds they could have burned out. So that means instead of having 23, there would be 8 seconds left in the half here.
Again, if Alabama doesn't score, it won't matter much, but they certainly are in scoring range. Jones lobs, in and out of the hands, and that could have been dangerous, but there wasn't a defender close enough to take that ricochet. Najee Harris again, the intended receiver, and that one was a misfire by Mac Jones. Najee was stopped, and I think Mac thought he was going to keep running.
And it's a third straight play. Todd Grantham has rushed just 3 players.
Najee Harris tapped his shoulder pads as if to say, that's on me. I think I should have kept running.
So here we go. We got the tight end at the bottom of the screen and the running back to the top of the screen. The wide receivers are in the middle of the field, all 3 of them.
They need 3 yards to get to the 22 for a first down. Jones over the middle and got it to Mechie, and they're in the red zone down near the 17, and they'll take a timeout here with 13 seconds remaining.
Mechie ran what you call a jerk route, and just because they can jerk around that defender. He goes out, he stops, and then he goes. It looks like he's running a kind of a stop in the middle. Watch him come, stop, and then go to the outside. Comes in there, pauses, and it goes. That's
right over the head of the umpire on the throw from Mac Jones.
Really
the umpire wanted
nice athletic play, right, by the umpire.
No doubt about it. Tomorrow, Josh Groban, Miranda Lambert, Megan Trainor, Leslie Odom Jr., and Andrea Bocelli celebrate the greatest gift of the season, family. A home for the holidays tomorrow on CBS. Let's compare our quarterbacks again as we continue to look at these 2 guys who are Heisman Trophy candidates without a doubt, and Mac Jones is having a half.
Yeah, and Alabama has run 50 plays. The strategy that Steve Sarkisian came in to try to wear this defense, he said we can wear them out in the second, the third, and fourth quarter. It'll pay off. 13 seconds, time for 2 plays.
From the 17, Jones loads over the middle, compete. Najee Harris, touchdown, Alabama. Najee Harris again.
Alabama should not have had time to run this play. Poor clock management by Florida. Najee comes out of the backfield, goes outside, and skittles into the middle. Watch this. June gets inside. Linebacker should not get beat inside on that play, and Debiato does. Number 11, the linebacker, just lets Najee get inside, and look at that athleticism to score his 4th touchdown of the game.
6 seconds remaining. It only took 1 minute and 2 seconds to go 78 yards. And Najee Harris is going, you know, you guys talking about the Heisman and all that.
Yeah,
I got a little love for me.
I could take a few votes.
Well, the consolation prize might have to be the Doak Walker Award that goes to the best running back in the country. But if there's a lot of guys better than him, I haven't seen them this year. Reichard in for the point after. Up and good. What a drive. 78 yards and 8 plays.
This is the second Najee spin for a touchdown. Remember the flare pass to the left side, and this time inside. And boy, when Najee came back for his year and didn't turn pro, Alabama knew they had a special one there.
We still got a half to go, but number 10 is starting to make a name as a possible Heisman guy. Everybody waits around, or the voters should wait around until these championship games are over before you make a choice.
Well, I tell you, if Najee gets any votes, it may look a little bit about something we looked up today. When's the last time 3 players got votes? Well, all the way back to '73. Hicks, Archie Griffin, and Randy Gradishar.
John Cappelletti won it from Penn State.
They kind of shared those votes. Could that happen this year?
Alabama 6 First half possessions, 5 touchdowns, 4 of them to that guy, one way or another. And Alabama has scored 35 points or more in their own ongoing record, 24th straight games. And Kyle Trask knows that his work is cut out for him in the second half.
He's done his job.
And a squib kick, and at the 31-yard line. Still got 6 seconds.
Well, as you started off the broadcast, Ness, Nick Saban said you can't win with just good defense anymore.
There we go.
Obviously, we're watching it right here. This Alabama defense might be pretty good, but sometimes good offense beats good defense.
And the only hiccup in the whole first half for Alabama offensively was that pass that really Mac Jones pretty much stuck it into his tight end, but it was swiped away on the interception.
So what does Florida do with 6 seconds? A quick out and then a bomb, a Hail Mary to the end zone?
Looks like they're going to throw.
Yep. Like a 5-yard out, maybe.
Tony is in the slot on the right side. And they're not going to get a throw away. Will Anderson with the sack that will end the first half.
The true freshman, number 31. He started out the year on fire, had maybe a little bit of a lull, and now he's playing good football again. I'll tell you, this Alabama team on turf really looks fast, don't they?
They do. And let's check in with Jamie.
Coach, will you take us down to the goal line on this last touchdown drive? Walk us through the decision-making in terms of clock management.
Oh, we're trying to score. We got to score to keep up with these guys. So, you know, I'm not sitting there trying to, like, make it a one-play deal to score against them. They got an excellent defense.
Is your offense feeling the pressure every time Alabama puts one on the board?
No, we're just trying. We're running our plan right there. You know, we've had some chances to make stops defensively. You know, we created a turnover and fumbled it right back. I think we have 3 third-down penalties, 4 to keep them on the field. You know, we've gotten off the field a bunch of times and we've just stopped ourselves. So that's kind of disappointing because our guys are making some plays and then we're making the mistakes. And you can't give an offense like that, you know, 5 extra opportunities. That's not going to happen.
Absolutely. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Well, as you saw, they don't trail much. When they trail, they tend to lose. They're trailing right now, 35-17, end of the half. We'll be back with a Dr. Pepper tuition giveaway after this message from your local station.